So I went to go see Selma. It stars David Oyelowo, and it's directed by, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced this, but Ava DuVernay. She's also directed Middle of Nowhere and I Will Follow. Now, this movie is about Martin Luther King Jr.'s campaign to get equal voting rights for blacks back in 1965, with a bit of a focus on the march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. Now, I've noticed people starting to complain about this film's lack of true historical accuracy, and I gotta say, guys, if you're watching a film, not a documentary, but a film that's based on real events, expecting real, complete historical accuracy, you're really kidding yourselves. I mean, these movies are made to entertain as well as to sort of present an idea or a point, not so much to tell you exactly what went on and exactly the way it happened. If you want that, there's a ton of media out there with videos of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches, all sorts of stuff. You go for them for exact historical accuracy. You're going to get a skewed view on history if you're going to watch a film. And honestly, you're going to get a skewed view on history if you watch a documentary or read an autobiography. At some point, the author's viewpoint is going to skew everything regardless of the medium. So I don't know what you guys are complaining about, especially since this is a good movie, folks. David Oyelowo's performance alone is worth watching, but beyond that, everyone does a great job. I did not see a single bad performance in this entire film. You know, silly accents aside, maybe, but good performances, hands down. This film has solid, good acting. Beyond that, this movie really does a great job of humanizing Martin Luther King Jr. As a nation, America has a tendency to put him up on a pedestal, really. And with good reason. He did fantastic things. But he was human, right? This film shows some of his inner conflict, some indiscretions. It really shows how he used media to push forward his agenda while still really caring about the message that he was trying to present, still caring about his cause. And it does it without tarnishing him at the same time, right? So, story-wise, this movie really worked for me. I mean, yeah, sure, it sort of demonized a couple people who didn't necessarily need to be demonized, like Lyndon B. Johnson, but it worked. It told a riveting story, a really emotionally moving story. There was one small problem, and not even really a problem exactly, but when this movie did decide to focus on violence, because there was violence involved, let me tell you, there were three real big instances that stick out in my mind. One was the march across the bridge, one is someone getting shot, and another is an explosion at a church earlier on in the film. Now, the march across the bridge, that is shot fantastically, but the other two, they're sort of morbidly lingered upon, if that makes any sense. So the camera sort of goes down to slow motion and just lingers on it in a way that comes across as, it struck me as a little creepy, actually. I mean, it's a movie, something that shouldn't happen. It hurts, but what didn't need to be dwelt upon to the extent that the film dwelt upon it. That's all I'm saying. The only other thing that bothered me even a little bit about this movie was actually the song Glory, which, at the time I'm recording this, just won the Golden Globe for Best Song, right? Now, it's not the song itself that bothers me, it's just that the song feels incredibly out of place in the film, right? It's a good song, has a nice message, decent rap. The problem is everything else in this movie is very period, and then you get to the end credits when the song plays, all of a sudden, very modern rap. It just felt really out of place. It's not bad, it's not good, it doesn't detract or add to the film, in my opinion. It just kind of bothered me, so there's that. In the end, unless you're someone who demands exact accuracy from your films based on real-life events, this is a movie well worth watching. Especially if you're from the United States, where we tend to more know the outcome of the events from this movie than the events themselves. I'm serious, I can't tell you how many people I was talking to about this film who, when I was, mentioned Selma, they were like, well, no, I don't know what Martin Luther King March from Selma, I don't... So, yeah, if you're remotely interested in history, then this is a good time to go sort of educate yourself while having a good time at the movies, because this is a good film. Just, if you want to know actually exactly what happened, consult some history books after the fact. And until next time, folks, Enjoy film.